Oh, I absolutely love that insert by the Queen herself. And now, inspired by this and to further celebrate our diversity, we're being treated to a recipe that is near and dear to the very heart of our own Jamie Lee, and that is called the tomato Bredie. Like Tastic, this is a dish that has graced the table of many South Africans, and every family has their own special way to enjoy it. Now, one thing that is always the same, however, is that Tastic brings families and friends together through meals. And Jamie is standing by with a spoon in hand to show us exactly how it is made. Jamie Lee Domberg, this is such an incredible moment. We're going to find out if you can join the upper echelons of the mamas and the gogos on the table as a tomato Bredie specialist.
The pressure is so on right now. Also, Loki, because yesterday I actually sent in the WhatsApp, the family WhatsApp group. I was like, guys, I'm actually cooking on the show. And they were like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm cooking. Because I normally don't cook. But you know what? I love cooking. I just don't like cooking for my family because there's always that one auntie like, say, can you tomati? You know what I mean? But today I'm going to show the entire South Africa that I can cook, okay? And so we're gonna be making a tomato Bredie, and this is something that my grandfather taught us as we were younger growing up. You're going to start off with the basic. We are going to start with our lamb stew first, so our lamb meat first. You can use any meat. You can use chicken. You can use mince if you want to. Absolutely anything. But, of course, we're doing it with the lamb today. I did... when I say I, Nicole and Kuli did this for me. So they browned the meat first in this pot over here with some oil. So you want to keep that same pot because all the flavors is gonna get in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to throw in a nice medium heat. We're going to put our onions in over there. And die pot moet eers te sing. Die pot moet sing, okay?
In the kitchen,
then you know.
Sure. Now, I must just say, Jamie, this is where I need to pay attention because this for me is like where I feel the love, the secret ingredients, and that little special twang comes through. So I'm paying attention here, and you obviously started with the onions, I see.
Yes.
But the good stuff is yet to come. This is what really turns this dish up, I imagine, right?
Absolutely. You do want to go in with your spices. Again, tomato Bredie, everyone has their own version of it, and there's different variations to it. So, again, your ancestors will tell you how many spices you need to use and everything. I'm going to put some bay leaves in as well, just for the flavoring and the... Okay, maybe if it goes in there. There we go. And then you can go with your spice. So a bit of garam masala going in there.
How could you not?
I mean, that flavor alone. And just onions as well. Like that always just... The onions sets the tone for absolutely everything.
Does.
Yes.
As soon, well, literally, the minute you put it in the pot, it made me feel like, okay, now I'm starting to feel like I'm back home here a little bit.
Are you
getting into we're almost there.
Who makes tomato Bredie in your family?
My mom is like a specialist when it comes to tomato Bredie, and I've lived off that stuff, and it's made me...
Yes, clearly.
So I'm expecting more of this, okay.
So I put some cinnamon in as well, and then we're going to put in... our cloves as well. So cloves, so all our spices are going to go in, and it's going to give it like that charred flavor as well. You're going to put your cardamom seeds in, cardamom, as we know it as well.
Yes.
And then some chili. If you're not making for, you know, kids, whatever, you can add the chili in as well. So that's going to go in.
Guys, if you just joined us, of course, head over to expressoshow.com. Jamie and I are putting this pot through its paces and doing something very special. We're reaching back to our heritage, and we're making a tomato Bredie, which for both of us is something so special to our homes. And we're using Tastic rice as well. And we asked you earlier in the show what you'd make with your Tastic rice and what's one of your most special dishes that comes to mind. And of course, we're asking you to let us know. So find us on expressoshow.com as well, where you can find this recipe and some inspiration. But Jamie, how are we doing over there? It's smelling good. It's smelling like I'm back at home already.
Yay! I just threw the garlic in now. Like G said, always, garlic does have a high content of sugar, so you want to add that in a bit later.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
thank you for coming through on
absolutely. And if all else fails, you just say it's aromatic flavors, because I've learned it's all about the language that you use in.
And that beautiful hand gesture. I see you've got it locked down. You know the flavors and the textures and the
Perfect. So we're going to put our meat in there as well, and while this just simmers.
Yeah, there we go. That's
I love that.
I was waiting for.
This is the best part now, is we're going to cook our rice, and the rice is really the hero of the dish because you want it white and fluffy, okay? So we're going to take 1 cup of rice, going in there, and there's so much variation. If you are wanting a high fiber, you can use some brown rice, all of that, some sushi rice, absolutely, but we're using white rice today.
Sushi rice in a tomato Bredie.
No, I
that
just
would be
mean
very, very
there is a variation of rice, man. Here we go. So you're going to put your rice in some nice medium heat with 6 cups of water. And 1 cup of rice actually makes 6 cups of rice as well. So once
it swells up.
Once it swells up, so that is perfect.
I kind of always get caught out on that. I'm like, that cup's not going to feed me, and then poof, like 5 times the size. I'm like, I did a bit too much here.
Don't forget your seasoning. There we go.
Beautiful.
Some salt. And that's going to cook for 20 to 25 minutes. It's going to give you that white, fluffy rice cooked to perfection. You want that for your bed of tomato. This is going in nicely. You're then just going to throw in your tomato. This is canned tomatoes, and I know everyone's like, what are you doing? This is about the convenience, okay? I'm like a modern mom, so you could use tomato paste if you want a thicker concentration as well. So you're gonna let that simmer in there. Gonna bring that to a nice little boil. This is gonna sit for about 2 to 3 hours. You're gonna throw your potatoes in as well. So let me just throw your potatoes in.
And those potatoes, have they been like parboiled or anything before?
No, they're not, because you want that to also just simmer. And then, oopsie, let me just do that.
You're very, very elegant in the kitchen. I know, like, Chef Kim would have taken that bowl and just gone, wah, straight in the pot.
But because I'm using, tin tomatoes, I don't want too much water. So just give that
there's a method to this.
Yes.
Okay, very nice, very
and then,
nice.
Again, I just want to end off with some salt and some pepper, because your seasoning is very important. Your salt, your pepper. Voila, and I feel like my ancestors in Calvinia is smiling because I can finally cook. I can finally bring a husband home, everybody, because Jamie just made a tomato bredie on national TV.
Well done, well done. I can't say it enough, but I think we have a supermom in the building. Of course, she ticks all the boxes, and I think she's just ticked the box when it comes to cooking and making something special when it comes to Heritage Day. So tomato bredie, check it out on our Expresso Facebook page, or of course, expressoshow.com. Otherwise, enjoy the last of our Fake Friday. Have a beautiful one. Well done, man.
Month, Tastic and I invite you to celebrate Ubuntu through little acts of kindness. Remember, Ubuntu, Ubuntu.